Okay, today we're on the road to Kirkby Stephen from Sedbergh, and I'm very pleased to have with me a good friend, Andy, who I met on one of the advanced bikers courses in Normandy. And Andy's been up to the lakes and up to the borders for a bit of a motorbike tour, and I've met him at Devil's Bridge, and we're now just having a bit of a ride out, and I'm just showing him some of my favourite roads. I don't think I've put this on video before, so it'll be the first time that I will have put this on YouTube, so I hope you enjoy it. It's one absolutely delightful motorcycling road, and I just hope Andy enjoys it too. There's some really tricky bits in it, but generally speaking, it's the most, if you get it right, it's the most enjoyable road to ride. I came this way with Nigel, advanced biker, when I brought him, and he seemed to enjoy it. The only major hazard we've got as we get into the countryside is sheep, so we'll try and keep an eye open for them. At the moment it's good weather. It's a bit blustery, roads are dry, we're making good progress on this road. It's a nice wide road, so we're doing about 50-60 miles an hour generally, not doing silly speeds, although a lot of the sports bike lads do on this road, but enjoy it. I'm just going to try and do some advanced commentary as I'm riding along. I'm a relative novice at it, so you'll have to excuse me if I get it a bit wrong occasionally. But for now, sit back and enjoy the view. Okay, I'm just settling the bike down now. We're doing about a steady 50 miles an hour. I've got a right hand bend coming up. Car looks as if it's getting through that fairly easily, so we can just get through that nice and smoothly. I can see up ahead I've got a right and then I've got a left, so I'm going to plan for this left now. Just balancing the motorcycle. Nigel teaches me to just keep the throttle on neutral, so it's just pulling as I'm going through these bends, just to keep my corner speed up. I might change to a more responsive gear. I've got a telephone system here and a tree line that's giving me a clue where the road's going. It's going to the left, and off I go. I've got a mirror there, which means that there could be somebody pulling out, so I'll just be cautious. No, it's clear. A nice Aston Martin in the driveway. I've still got Andy behind me, quick mirror check, so the road seems relatively clear. It's a nice wide road, just watching out for hazards, preparing for this right hand bend now, and I can see the road twisting away up there to the left, so I'll prepare for this left hand bend, and off we go, and we can hit this at a nice steady 50-60 miles an hour. I've got a car there, it's empty, no sign of occupancy, but I was looking out for the owner as well. I've got a junction there, nothing in it. Okay, I can see a chevron in the distance and a sign that's obliterated. It's a combination bend. I've got a left and then a right. I'm having a look across the bend, nothing there. I've got a warning sign here for farm animals. So pulling out of that now. I've got an obstacle here, hazard on the left, looks like a farm tractor with its hazards going, so I'm approaching with caution, quick mirror check and a shoulder check just to make sure that nothing behind. Andy's behind me, so we can make progress again, and off we go. Got a left hand bend coming up. I can see from the tree line, I can see through the tree, it looks a relatively friendly bend. Car, so I'm giving a bit of ground. Moving over to the right now. I haven't got my view yet. Now I have. I can see it falls into another right hand bend, so off we go into the right hand bend. Just respectful of the fact that poor old Andy behind me, he's got his panniers on full of stuff, so he won't be able to flick the bike round quite as easily as I can on the Ducati, so I'll just wait for Andy to catch up, and then we'll make some progress again. I can see a right hander in the distance. I've got what looks like a pub I can see cars, so I'm going to slow down. I'm just keeping now, I'm down to about 35 miles an hour, just keeping my eyes peeled for any people coming out of the pub. B&B. No, we're clear. I can see a right hand bend coming up. I've got some warning signs for sheep and horse and carriage, whatever that means. And these twisties really are delightful. I'm having a great time doing this. I hope Andy's enjoying it behind. Andy's from Doncaster, so the objective is to get into the Scotch corner. This is a nasty little bend. Quite a bit of debris here, so I'm just being cautious about this particular bend, so I'm not going at it too hard. I've got a right hand bend coming up, I've got a lay-by on the left, it's clear. I can see my way, I've got my view, I've got a right hand bend coming up. You can see the car's gone around that fairly quickly, so I'm going to use them as my eyes. And this right hand looks fairly fast, so I can hit this at 55-60 miles an hour quite safely. What bit of Armaco there, so that's a bit worrying. And I've got a left hand bend, another motorcyclist here who's enjoying the road, another couple out for a ride. Good on you, mate. And I've got another right hand bend coming up. The bike's gone through it fairly quickly. Well, I've got a bridge parapet here, but my view of the road is now obscured, so what I'm doing is I'm reducing my speed until I'm absolutely sure where that road's going to go. I can see another road there, but it's not the road, so that could have caught me out if I hadn't slowed down. So the best thing to do in those situations where you're not 100% sure is to slow down till you are. Another gang of lads enjoying the ride. Okay, let's settle back down into the zone and get motorcycling. Off we go now. We've got a left hand bend here. I can't see, I've not got my view, so I'm going to lose a bit of speed. I think that's one of Nigel's golden rules that stood me well. Now I'm going to hit this right here, and it falls. You can see up ahead there. I'm just trying to figure out where the road goes. The road goes round to the right. I've got a fairly good tree line. I don't think it's going to go into that hillside, so I think it's probably going to follow the contours of these hills as we're going through this valley. I can see Andy behind, he's still safely, nicely tucked up behind me. See my way through the trees now, so I'm going to increase the speed of the motorcycle because I think it's fairly safe to do so. And we're going to get our view on that easy bend, and I can see the left hand bend up ahead, so I'm going to lose a bit of speed now until such time as I can see my way clear. I've got my view, so off I go. I've got a combination bend coming up, I've got a left and then a right. I've got a single line system coming up. No, it's a double whites. This road looks a bit shiny, so I'll just be a little bit cautious. There's a lot of grit there as well, I noticed as I went through. So accelerating the speed of the motorcycle now. Going on to this left hand bend, got my view perfectly clear. I've got another combination bend coming up here. I've got a right followed by a left. So I'm just going to plan for this right now. I can tell from the view through the trees that it's not that steep. I'm just going to give it ground to this car, this truck rather, and I can see now that I've got a left hand coming up. So on this left hand bend, and there's my view, so I can increase the speed of the motorcycle to the legal limit. Just for the observant who probably like watching my speed on instruments, the Ducati does tend to overread by about 5 miles an hour when you're doing 60, so if you're doing 65 as I am now, I'm actually doing the legal limit. My sat nav there tells me the more accurate speed that I'm actually going at. The only thing I'm watching out for all the time are sheep. The beggars on this road. You can come round a blind bend, and next thing you know, there's a sheep having a bit of a sunbathe in the road. So you just have to be really, really careful to be keeping your eyes open for sheep all the time. Nice straight bit of road now into a beautiful view. The weather's not too brilliant. It's not brilliant and sunny, but it's still good visibility, and I can see the road way into the distance there. I've got a left coming up, and then it could go into a blind dip, so I'm just being a little bit cautious. And there we are, that car was hidden in that blind dip. Thought I'd be doing an overtake manoeuvre there, then I could have been badly caught out. Here's the blind dip now coming up. So something I think you just need to be conscious of as you're riding along these particular roads is the blind dips, and just keep your eye out for cars. Very, very careful about how you do your overtakes, if indeed you need to do any, although today I must admit it's not that bad. I've got some chevrons coming up, I've got a right hand bend next to this B&B. It looks quite a sharp one actually, so I've lost my speed. There, I've got my view now, and I can see the road winding up over there up to the top of that copse. That's as far as I can see the road going. So what I'm planning for now is these series of bends. Now there could be sheep around any one of these blind bends, so what I'm looking out for is any blind bend where I can't actually see, or I've got a view from behind. I came round this bend in the summer and there was a sheep sat there having a nice sunbathe, but I had spotted it, so I was able to stop the motorcycle. Okay, we're off again. I haven't got my view, so blind crest, so I'm just going over to the right, which you'll notice I do a lot. Pick that up from a Mike Wake video. Picking the daisies, I think Mike calls it, which is very, very good advice. Got some sheep here grazing. They seem fairly content, but I'll give them a bit of room just in case. Changing down to more responsive gear now, we're climbing. You can probably hear the engine on the Ducati. There's a bit of grit on the road, so I'm just avoiding that. You can see up above there, above the hill, there's a left. So what I'm going to do now is just put the motorcycle into more responsive gear and prepare for this left, which I'm now going to do. Again, the clouds are looking a bit threatening over there, so we are heading towards Kirkby Stephen with Andy. So I'm getting onto the A66 to Scotch Corner so we can get onto the A1M. Coming up to a cattle grid, so what I like to do with cattle grids is hit them as square on as I possibly can do, and oh, that's a nice new one, so that went over fairly easy. I don't know how Andy's getting on, he's fully loaded on the GS behind. See the rain actually in the distance, so I think I'll try and go the opposite way coming back. I don't want to run into that, but hopefully Andy's going to miss that rain. A bit of luck. There, that's a nice view. It's fantastic, you can't get better than that on a nice day, can you? Okay, we're coming into Kirkby Stephen now, still got Andy behind, and probably at this point, so once we get to Kirkby Stephen. No, we're actually going under the Settle to Carlisle Railway now, this bridge here. For those of you who don't know, Settle to Carlisle Railway is pretty famous, and they run a lot of steam trains during the summer, so if you ever fancy a day out, go to Settle. and get on the Settled Carlisle Railway. Fantastic journey. I'm sure you'd enjoy it.